Hello and welcome to TNI Videos. We are in conversation with Shikha Gadru today. She's an Indian student stuck in Italy during the coronavirus outbreak. Can you tell us what the situation is like in Italy?
So around, I think 20th of February, I just came back from India after a small vacation. And just 2 days after that, the situation has started becoming really bad. When I had come, there were only 3 cases and it was in a very far off place, so none of us were really bothered about it. But then after that, suddenly there was a surge in the number of cases and my classes got postponed, and then I think a couple of weeks after that there was an entire nationwide lockdown. So right now the situation is that only the supermarkets are open and some other government offices, I think like banks. But apart from that, everything is shut, and people are being advised to stay at home and not go out. Although there is public transport that's still functioning, but it's very strictly advised that people stay at home. And although people have not been able to get used to this system here because it's happening after really long here and they have never taken such steps before, so it's a little difficult for them. So I think that's why it's taking time for the cases to go down. But it's been a little better in the last few days. The cases have come down a bit, although they are not planning to start their normal shops or anything anytime soon.
So, has anybody close to you been affected by the virus?
No, supply. I think it's really good thing right now that I haven't heard of anybody who I personally know has contacted the virus, and especially in the Indian community because we have been in touch. So most of the students actually went back to India, but the people who stayed back, we haven't heard anything from, even not just the students but also from the expats working here. We haven't had any cases yet.
What is your daily routine like?
It's just a normal routine. So I see the thing is I have my classes going on, so they keep me busy. So what I usually do is that apart from the time that I don't have classes, I just as I'm working because my course involves a lot of group work, so I'm mostly working on Skype or trying to get some work done. And the only thing that is affected is going out. So I go out once in 2 weeks to get my groceries, and it's quite a task because you have to be fully equipped with your mask and your gloves, and then you have to wait in a queue which takes almost half an hour to 1 hour to get some supplies. So apart from that, it's just trying to stay positive, do a little bit of exercise at home, try to keep your mind positive. And I also chat with my parents and, just to let them know, keep them updated and talk to friends, and that's all. But it's mostly my work that's keeping me busy, so yeah.
Do you meet people or interact with anybody?
So when I'm out, I really don't know many people around, so yeah, I don't just start talking. But a couple of weeks before when this lockdown started, to motivate people, what they were doing is coming out in the balconies and clapping. And I think you know that India started a trend recently, so that actually started in Italy, and people just come out and they used to clap and just talk to each other, sometimes sing. So that's how we met our neighbors, and obviously there's a language barrier, so we try to communicate in English, a little bit of Italian. But yeah, that's how we just meet and talk, and they just know that we are around. So if we need anything, we can always ask them. But we don't meet anybody on the road as such. It's mostly empty. This new semester that has begun, I haven't met any of my classmates yet. It's whatever is through Skype or just calls, not in person at all. Although we just live like 2 kilometers apart, we still cannot meet each other.
Do you have an idea of how you can visit the hospital in case of any symptoms?
Since the situation in Italy is really bad, they don't advise you to come to the hospital directly. There are helplines where you can call, and first they confirm your symptoms and ask you if you are, feeling well or is it getting really serious. So you have to wait for a couple of days before you can actually visit a hospital. And it's really scary to go to a hospital right now because it's filled with COVID patients. So, I mean, it's a risk in itself. Especially being in another country, it's scary because if even one of us catches the virus and the other takes them to the hospital, there are chances that the other person might catch the virus too. So we are just trying to keep ourselves healthy right now, and just trying to avoid meeting people or even consuming something which would end us up in the hospital. So yeah.
What precautions do you take while going out to buy groceries?
The day I decide to go out for groceries, which is often once in 2 weeks. So things that I have to take care of are wear my gloves, wear my mask. I usually prefer wearing a jacket so that things are handy, my keys, my phone, etc. When I'm standing in the queue there, we are asked to maintain at least a 1 meter distance. And at the supermarket, we are given special gloves, which so that you don't touch the items there. Once you finish to check out, and you have to throw the gloves away. And they usually allow only 4 to 5 people at a time inside the supermarket. And once I come back, I immediately throw my gloves, my mask into either a washing machine or I just wash it myself. And all the food products that I get, I keep them outside for some time, and then all the plastic packets, I wash them, either transfer them into a jar or something, take the cover after cleaning them thoroughly. And yeah, that's my grocery routine.
So, why did you decide to stay back in Italy instead of getting back home?
I decided to stay back. It was my personal choice because I was not ready to go through the entire quarantine and, stay for 14 days. I knew it would affect my work and studies. So, what I did was I just, I don't live, I think one important thing is that I don't live alone. I have a roommate. So the two of us decided that we would stay back and work it out and see how we can make the rest of this time. So yes, it definitely has affected me mentally, like this entire studying online and with no motivation around, and but I'm trying to deal with it in a positive way. And now it has become a routine. I think initially the first week was really difficult, but now it's become a routine now. So yeah, it's getting better. The numbers have started coming down only because people have realized that how grave the situation is. So the first 2 weeks, nobody really took it seriously. People were going out and not taking any precautions. But yeah, now I think people have taken it seriously.